Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the Low Budget Livestream. I hope you guys can see me. Just let me know in the chat. I'm still trying to use OBS here, so it's still a work in progress. It says I am live, so just let me know if you guys are seeing this in the chat, and we will continue the program here. Um, you guys are probably wondering about the thumbnail. I will get to that in a second. Oh, good. Hey, Zepstern, what's going on, buddy? I'm glad you guys can see this. Again, still learning OBS, and I'm even going to try something new today. So, I'm going to pop up a picture in a bit. So, oh, and Desiree's at work. Desiree, you're at work. I told you to tell your boss. Wednesday's my night. Anyway, Scott, how you doing? It's good to see you too, Rob. Again, let me guys know you're in the chat. And I'll talk about the thumbnail here in a bit. Um, but it's something I need to talk about, and I wish I could say it's some good news and then it's some bad news, and I just needed to get it out there because if I don't talk about it, it ain't gonna help me. So, and I always find that blurting blurting it out over the internet helps. No, I'm kidding in a way, but it does. It helps me to get it out there. Um, but yeah, this is a low budget live stream. If you got anything you want to talk about, definitely put it in the chat. We'll talk about anything you guys want to talk about within reason, as we always say. Um, but I'm sure there's things you guys want to talk about. When it comes to the channel, a couple quick updates. Though you'll be seeing them into next week. Thankfully, I was able to finish Arkham Origins for Gino's Bad at Games today. I'm not playing the 100% route. I'm playing just until you beat the game before you start to mop up Gotham. I had some issues a few episodes to the end where the game was crashing and then it wouldn't capture, and I had to piece together one episode pretty bad. I thought I did a pretty good job, but you can definitely tell there's some edits. So but thankfully I got it done. They're all edited. So you'll be getting a new episode of Gino's Bad at Games until that game is done. If I can get it to work, I'm gonna do a Gino's Bad at Games Revenge. I've got just one planned, and I I had some trouble with the emulator though, so I don't know if it's gonna go or not. If it keeps freezing, I'm just gonna not worry about it. But then I'll be playing my first new game, uh, and it just got released yesterday, so I'll be playing that. Hopefully, starting it maybe next week. It just depends on how much time I have. I think Saturday I'm gonna try to put some time into it because I don't think I really have much going on Saturday at the moment. Um, I think I'm watching some fights at night. That's about it. But yeah, so I'm going to talk about the thumbnail. Some of you know about this, and I did mention it a little bit last time, just kind of as a throwaway comment about wanting to take better care of myself. And um, I've been talking to some of you guys about this privately, and I'm not going to share that stuff because private conversations are private. But I have to say that um, for a while, I was doing really well when it comes to trying to lose weight. I don't know exactly where I started. I say it's 450. I'm willing to bet it was bigger. I finally got a scale that could read my weight. It was a 500-pound scale, the big boy scale as I call it, and um, I started like 450, and hang on one second. I'm messing with this setting here. Uh, there we go. Again, still learning some of this system. I started losing weight, and then by just me working on it, and also my hospital visit, kind of in a way helped. I mean, what does a what does this what does a gallbladder weigh? No, just I got down to about 410, and that's pretty good wherever I start. Even if I start at 450, that's pretty good. But here for a while, just with all the stuff that's been going on, and um, with just life and the way I feel about things and just everything that's been happening, I haven't been able to focus too much on it. So here's where the bad news comes in. Uh, and it's more of a cautionary tale for myself. And if you get something out of it, that's great too. Um, I started to put some weight back on. Uh, Now I haven't like put it all back on or anything. But it's been at least 10 or so pounds, 10, maybe even 15 that I've put back on. Not for trying. It's just I haven't been trying to be good. I just haven't been focused on uh, trying to lose weight. And I know when I get focused, I can do well. But with just everything that's going on with life and work and my kids and everything, it's hard to focus. And I felt, see, here's the thing. You know what there is a lot of people don't think there's a big difference between if you lose like 10, 15 pounds. There is a huge difference. You don't notice it when you're losing it per se. You don't really start to notice the benefits of losing weight um, when you don't start to notice the benefits when you're losing it until you've lost a good amount. Because I mean, here's the thing: I could tell the difference between wherever I started in like 410 or whatever I got to. It was bouncing between 405, 410. As you know, weight it's up and down. Um, so I was bouncing back and forth, but then again, I could feel the difference. My clothes were fitting. I mean, I was still wearing the same shirts because they were just getting more and more comfortable. But here in the last couple months, um, I can start to feel them get kind of tight again. I mean, it's still pretty loose. It's not as tight as it was, but I can still feel that. But what you really start to feel, I can tell you this right now, the difference between how my body felt when I got down to 410 or whatever it was to now, everything hurts. Just by putting that little bit of weight back on, everything's hurt. My knees are hurting, my legs are hurting, my back is hurting, my neck hurts. I mean, it's just because you don't think 15 pounds is a lot until you put it back on. Um, and yeah, the last couple months, I've just felt myself getting worse and worse. And I knew if I didn't say anything to somebody, it would have gotten worse. And there's someone that may or may not watch that. I'll just say this. I didn't, because I've been having some private conversations with people, and they were just checking on me, and I totally appreciate it. And I was just kind of like, I don't want to talk, and I felt bad about that. And so I apologize to that person. If they watch, I apologize to them again. That it's nothing personal. It's just I was just down in the dumps. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't, but I just know that I needed to say something, because if I didn't, it was only going to get worse. And I'm going to try something new here on the Low Budget Livestream. We got a picture. So here we go, OBS. When I don't know why this put a shock to my system, but I'll pop this up. I'm going to pop up a picture of me and my son. Let's see if you guys see this. Let me know if this is working. There's a picture of me and my son in our Wile E. Coyote shirts. My son thought it was amazing that I was able to find a Wile E. Coyote shirt that kind of looked like his. And I wanted to get it. And I love Wile E. Coyote, and he's my favorite Looney Tune. Share who your favorite Looney Tune is. I'm curious to see how people think about Looney Tunes. But yeah, I saw this picture and I couldn't even bring myself to smile in it. I mean that's the I'm not happy Gino smile, I guess is what you could call that. And Andy was like really happy we had those, and I just felt bad. I saw that picture, and I'm just like, I feel like a jerk now. I mean, I have my doubts about how I am as a dad anyway, and then I see this, and I'm just like, oh boy, but yeah, I don't know. I saw that picture, and I was just like, I gotta do something. I mean, normally I wear mostly black shirts because you can't see the lines of my body. When I wear black shirts, you can't see them as much anyway. Um, but yeah, I saw that, and I'm just like, I have to say something to somebody, and yeah, I had. So I'm gonna say this. I'm glad I said something because you know it's nice to just be able to get it out there so that people know that you're struggling, whatever it is that you're struggling about. You know, I'm letting this get to me, and I'm afraid it's gonna kill me. Um, you know, I and I look at that little boy smile, and I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to go. you know. Um, but yeah. Yeah. I need to just focus, man, and no matter what's going on, I need to focus, and it's just I just need to. I need to get to it. I need to get back at it. I started over the last few weeks. I started drinking pop again, and I had been off pop for. I think the last pop I had was in the hospital, and I hadn't had one. I was kind of celebrating surviving my surgeries. I'm like, can I have a Pepsi? Um, and then I hadn't had a pop. I don't know how long before that, and then I just a month or so ago I started drinking it again, and it's like I gotta. I mean, I'm not drinking as much as I was. I mean, I used to drink probably a 2 liter plus a day. Probably more than that. I know college I was buying the 3 liters and drinking probably one of those every day or day and a half. Um, and then the food, I'm not eating as bad as I was, but I'm still not making the smartest choices. I need to start making even smarter choices. And one issue is that when, you know, we all know, those of us that have tried to lose weight know that sometimes eating healthy is also, oh, sorry, the picture was still up, very expensive. Um, but anyway, I better put this picture down before I start crying. And by the way, if you didn't see my episode of Gino's Bad at Games with Andy when we played Uno, it's awesome, and Andy had such a good time, and Andy loved everyone's comments. Um, Andy loved everyone's comments about talking about how well he did and everything. He had such a good time playing. I'm trying to find another game for us to play together. There's certain games he can and can't play. So anyway, uh, but yeah, man, I just wanted to share that with you guys. That I just need to, encouragement is a wonderful thing, and I just need your guys' encouragement and support because I need to get back on it. And once I get motivated, I mean, and I've talked about this with some of you before. There was a time some years ago that I woke up in the morning one morning, and this is when I was still married. So this has been, I don't know, it was probably, maybe, I don't know, 2009, 2010. I don't exactly remember. It may have even been before that. I was married at the time though. But I woke up at 3 in the morning to go to work, and I went to the fridge and I picked up the Dr. Pepper 2 liter and I drank about half of it. And then I just thought to myself, I put it down and I said, what am I doing to myself? And that started me off on an 80-pound weight loss. I was eating less. I didn't stop. I don't think I faltered once it was like, I think a 10-month period. I didn't falter once, eating I was eating half of what I was eating. I stopped drinking pop. I mean, it was insane, and I need to be able to get I need to be able to get back to that. So, anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. I hope I didn't break it down for this low budget live stream. Oh, and before you don't worry, this is not pop. This is one of those flavored water things. My son asked me to buy them. But anyway, um, okay, so I'm gonna go back through the oh wow, I gotta catch up. Okay, here we go. If you got anything you want to talk about, we'll get out of it. We can talk about this, or we can talk about anything else you want to talk about. Definitely put it in the chat. Thank you so much for letting me get all that out, because I needed to get it out. Let's see, Zepster, this is before the stream started. He says, I'm excited about seeing thumbnail. Rob says, I'm bored as heck, and he's ready for Low Budget Livestream. And they kind of went back and forth about what it was going to be about. I was hoping to have better news, but unfortunately, I mean, hopefully it'll end up being better news at the end. But anyway, they were discussing what it could be about, because the thumbnail, I'm like, what should I put up there? Oh, a weight scale and hamburger, that'd do it. But anyway, let's see, where was I? Here we go. Josh B joins us. How you doing, Josh? The problem with fat cells is you never lose them. They just shrink, making it easy to regain. Yeah, I can believe that. And Zepster says you don't have to feel bad. Thanks, buddy. Zepstern's one of the people I've been talking to about this, and he's been my conscience, and it's helped me a lot, buddy. I totally appreciate it. Bryson says, I like Yosemite Sam best. Actually, hey, I love Yosemite Sam too. I love all the Looney Tunes. My top three would be probably, probably Wile E. Coyote, Daffy Duck, and Marvin the Martian. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love all Looney Tunes, and my sons and I play the Abominable Snowman game, where it's just like I'm hugging them and squeeze them and call them George. You know, we do that all the time. So I love the Looney Tunes. Rob says Fogger, Linger, Yosemite Sam, Wiley, and Daffy, all good picks. Again, I don't think, part of me thinks you can't go wrong with Looney Tunes. Josh says Sam and Max, plus that cute cat and dog one's my kids' favorites. Zemster says, I remember us talking about it a year ago, or a year plus ago, when you were at your biggest, because I remember thinking I would not be shocked if we were the same weight, and I saw how much I was, and I was worried. Yeah, man, you've been a rock, and again, I won't get into personal discussions, but that dude has been nothing but supportive, and you know, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now, and I probably wouldn't be saying this stuff if Zepstern wasn't watching. Because yeah, we got into some discussions on Twitter, and they've really helped. And wow, I can't. It's been a year plus. That's insane. It's funny how the time goes. Let's see. Oop, just jumped on me here. Let's see, where was I? There we go. Josh B says walking is the best thing you can do. It's low impact and makes great big difference. Yeah, walking is my favorite thing to do. It's just finding time to do it, and I'm going to have to. Even if I used to love to go, we have this area around us called Rock Springs, and it connects to Fairview Park, which also then connects to this bike trail that goes out in the middle of nowhere in Decatur. And it was always funny how far I'd walked in Decatur whenever I was doing this, but I used to love to do that trail, and I wish I had time to keep doing that trail. I just don't know. It's hard to drive out there and find the time to do it. I just need to be happy with maybe throwing on a podcast on my phone and walking around the neighborhood, or when it gets too cold, which it's eventually going to, I need to join a gym or something. Even though I'm not a fan of gyms, I know they're a kind of a necessary evil when it comes to losing weight. But yeah, walking is my favorite, because I can kind of just shut out the world. I can throw on some headphones and the world can leave me alone for a couple hours, you know. But with some of the things that are going on with with some personal things when it comes to family and stuff, it's hard to find that kind of time to get away for 2 hours anymore. Because in a way, when it comes to especially my son, I'm always on call, so to speak. So it's hard to be out in the middle of nowhere and then I'm needed, So I just need to make do, I guess. Chris Beyond joins us. Hey there, sir. Didn't miss it this time. Glad to see you on. Hey, thanks, bud. Two Dudes Reviews joins us. Coffee is hella great for you. Yeah, I can't drink as much coffee anymore. Once I got out of the hospital, I couldn't drink coffee. I didn't drink a lot of alcohol either. I didn't have a drink of alcohol after I got out of the hospital until like a month ago. And I haven't drank a ton. I just can't do it anymore. But I can't drink coffee much anymore. It really hurts. Ever since I was out of the hospital, a lot of stuff's hurting my stomach. And coffee is one of them. I am drinking a lot of tea, though. I have had some coffee. I had some today, and I was all right. But I can't drink. I used to be bad and drink like 4 cups a day in the morning, and that was hurting. Scott says, backsliding is part of the process. It's best to look at it like motivation to resume. Realize how much better you'll feel when you're back on the horse. Yeah, man. That's just it. I need to get that through my I need to get that through my stubborn, thick skull and just know that I can do this. I've done it. I mean, yes, and I've backslidden many a times, but I know I can do it. I know I can. I just got to do it. I need to stop feeling sorry for myself and do it. So, thank you so much. Zepster says, because I didn't know how much I was, and when I saw I was over 500 pounds, I had to warn you because, yeah, man, I get it. I needed it. I think we both needed a kick in the pants. And I know, I mean, you're killing it. I'll just say that. You're killing it. And I'm proud of you. Bryson says, I lost quite a bit of weight going pescatarian for a bit. What is pescatarian? Let's see. Bill says, you can do it. Thank you. You can do it. Chris says, be like Shia. Just do it. I gotta love that. Paul says, hi, Gino, working overtime, not gonna miss live stream. Good night. Oh, man, sorry, Paul. Definitely watch it on the back end. I'm glad you could join us. Let us know you couldn't be here tonight. Thank you so much. Let's see, where was I? There we go. Bill says, proud of you for that 10 months. Thank you, Bill. And that's just it. I can't look at this because there's times I was looking at myself in the mirror in the last month or so, and I'm just like calling myself a failure and, just give up and all that stuff. And that's why I kind of I had to say something, because if you get it out there and people know about it, see, I'm a very internal person. I don't have a problem talking to some people when I get to know them, but sometimes I get to know some people too much, and then I don't want to share things, and, sometimes I don't want to share. And I need to just be more open about things with people, because I'm just like that. I internalize things too much, and this is one of the things I've been internalizing. But let's see. Rob says, I'm pretty convinced that all the walking I did in my 20s and 30s has kept me healthy for the most part, but as I get older, I can feel the weight coming on easier, so it's hard to maintain. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I'm not getting any younger. The gray in my beard doesn't say I'm in my 20s. And my taste in entertainment and everything doesn't say I'm in my 20s either. And then again, but anyway, yeah, it's, as you get older, it's only gonna get harder, and that's just that I need to work hard and get it down there, at least to a comfortable place, to where when I do get older, I don't have a ton of issues. You would have thought my trip to the hospital would have put that shock in my system, and it did for a while, but then you start to get comfortable with life again. And, yeah, so, it's just, you start to get comfortable again, and then it's like, oh, but I can do this and I can do that. And then I just need to tell myself, I need to think before I act sometimes, or at least think harder before I act. Chris says, also one excuse you can give yourself to be more active, do some recording outdoors. It might not be a bad thing. That's definitely a good idea. Just get out there and move. Rob says, my next game for my channel is the Ghostbuster remaster game starting Friday. Can't wait to see what you're playing next. Yeah, once Batman is done, again, I've got a revenge episode. It's just kind of a celebratory episode if I can get it to work. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to skip it. But then the next new game, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it. I played it a little bit yesterday, and I was just like, oh boy, this is going to be difficult, I think. Because I'm just not good at this type of game, so I'm hoping it goes well. And even if I just play it just to play it instead of going all the way through it, I may do that too. I mean, the segment is called Gino's Bad at Games. So, anyway. Josh says it's Sam and Ralph, correction. Okay. Yeah, Sam and Max is the bunny and the dog detectives, right? Um, I think so. Let's see. Chris says, go to some Halloween events and record your perspective. You have a show and thus an excuse to get out there and be productive and thus more active. Heck, I've been doing the same for Peep Show. Yeah, I need to get out there. It's just hard to, with everything that I'm trying to do, it's hard to get out of this house. If I'm not at a movie theater, see, with the weeks I have my kids, it's week on, week off with my ex. So the weeks I have the kids, if I'm doing anything, it's here. I need to get out more with them and move around. It's just hard sometimes when you get home and you got to have dinner and get all the stuff done. You got to get done homework and all that stuff. Parenting is not easy. But yeah, I just need to find more excuses to get out. But yeah, let's see. There's got to be some things I need that I can do outside. I'm sure I'll think about it. I'll think of some ideas. Let's see. Chris says Kevin Smith has been live streaming his walks. The toughest thing to get there is to give yourself the time for sure. Yeah. I mean, if I had Kevin Smith money, no, I get it. That's a cool idea. I thought about it. I was thinking about, I didn't want to do like Pokemon Go, but I have a thing that can record my phone screen. I thought about doing a game like that. But I just wasn't sure how all that worked. That's something I'm looking into. I thought about doing that. Okay, you want to talk about those mobile games for a second? On how active it can really make you. Okay, Pokemon Go, it encourages you to walk around places, and it encourages you to go catch your Pokemon. Right? I'm not a big Pokemon guy. I know a lot of people are, and my kids like it. But they have this Jurassic Park one that's kind of the same thing. And I was going to do that. I was going to do that whenever the last Jurassic Park movie came out. I was going to have a little fun with that. But then I was messing with the app when I downloaded it. And you can sit on your couch and catch dinosaurs. It's like, oh, we won't encourage you to walk when you can send your drone out to do it. It's like, okay. But anyway, let's see. Chris says, but just make it part of the job and you can get there. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate the support. Rob says, Breaking Bad movie Friday. You better believe your boy Rob will be reviewing that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching it too. Definitely looking forward to that. I didn't get to go back and watch the series, but I'm just kind of studying a little bit to make sure I can remember who's with us and who's not. And of course, I've been watching Better Call Saul. So, Bill says pescatarian is vegetarian fish. Okay. I love fish, and I mean, I can't give up everything because I love like chicken, but I can live with fish. Bryce says pescatarian is largely seafood diet. I found especially cutting red meat helps. Fish and shrimp are primary proteins during that time. That's not a bad idea. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good steak, but I can I can pass it up sometimes for other things because I like all sorts of food apparently. Aaron Rosa joins us. Aaron is my brother from another mother. Aaron, how you doing? He says we are getting old. Yes, we are. And Aaron, you should check out his channel. It's called Knights of the Lord's Table. They do LARPing and things like that over there. They do LARPing videos, and definitely check it out. And they have a group that does practice and events, and I know they just had their big event and everything. So definitely check out his channel, Knights of the Lord's Table. They, like I said, it's fun to watch Of course, I've always told Aaron he just needs to ref. He goes, they hurt me the other day, whatever that was. But anyway, Zepster says, I mean, I worry about my weight constantly. I've lost as much as I have, and I'm afraid I will backslide back to my heaviest because I know a lot of really big people, and it happens, and it can. I hate to, and we've talked about this. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it can happen, and you do have to think about it. I mean, it's okay to, if you can. I mean, some can, some can. Um, if you can have some of the thing, like some of the bad stuff every now and then, and can be okay by doing it. That's one thing, but then again, some can't. Um, I apparently have trouble with it. I know I did, and I needed to be more careful. Um, but yeah, it's something you definitely have to keep an eye on all the time. I mean, it doesn't stop. Some people that's why the term goal weight, I never like that. I mean, you can have an idea of where you want to be, but I always say you don't know where you want to be till you get there. So, but anyway, Bryce says shrimp with cherry tomato, spinach, garlic, and chili flakes cooked with an extra virgin olive oil is one of my go-tos, and now I'm hungry. No, that sounds good though. Bill says, I thought maybe you were doing Arkham Knight for Halloween since it's set on Halloween. Yeah, I would have. That's the one I had. That and Blackgate I hadn't played, but I hadn't played Origins either. I'd only played Asylum and City, and I wanted to go in order. I kind of like going in order of things. So if I play any of them next, it's going to be that Blackgate game, and then Asylum, then City, and then uh, Night. But I haven't played Night yet. Um, but yeah, I just like going in order. But yeah, that would be. I kind of want to do Batman though because the Joker came out. That's kind of why I want to do a Batman game. Um, let's see. Chris says, totally get that it's hard to make time. That is the first barrier to get through. I'm right there with you and believing you. Thank you so much, Chris. Two Dudes reviews say, hey Gino, having seen the new Joker movie, one of us saw it twice. Do you plan on doing a comparison video regarding all the cinematic Jokers? I hadn't planned on it. That's just it. I mean, Joker is probably my favorite comic book villain. I mean, I'd really have to give it a lot of thought, but Joker is definitely up there if he's not my favorite. So I've always found... See, here's the thing about the Joker. The Joker is so random and all over the place that all the different takes of it for me work. Whether it be the silly of Cesar Romero, the chaos of Heath Ledger, or whatever, the calmness of Jack Nicholson. There's so many takes on it that they all work for me in some way. I've never been too critical of Joker. You think I would be because you want them to get the character right, and I can't say I've seen every iteration. I mean, even the weird ones, like the ones on that cartoon called The Batman, where he had like dreads. Even that for me was cool. So I just like seeing it because the Joker is so all over the place anyway. I love seeing different takes on him. Even, I mean, I know people didn't like the Leto one. I just didn't think he had enough time to do anything. He should have been the villain of Suicide Squad. Would it have saved that movie? I don't know. But I would have liked to see more of it, even though, he wasn't my favorite version. But at least it was a different version. They tried something. I mean, I give them at least that credit. Did it fail? Probably. But I don't know if I could compare them other than just talking about what I like about each of them. So, I mean, that's not a bad idea. I don't know. I'm not going to go through them and say, well, I think this one was good and this one wasn't, because I found something that I like about all of them, and I found stuff I don't like about all of them. But the goods far outweigh the bads when it comes to the cinematic Jokers. Of course, again, we didn't get enough of Leto's to really judge anything other than the 10 minutes he was in Suicide Squad, so it's hard to kind of judge his, but who knows if we're even getting more. Is Birds of Prey saying that's not him in the picture? Uh, who knows? I don't know what they're doing with the Joker. Are they going to continue this Joker story? They might. You could. In a way, you could. There's many ways you could. So, I don't know if I'll be doing a video on it, but um, I do really like that character. Because, I mean, look at all the different iterations in the comics alone, and then, you can make the argument that the Joker in all the movies are the same Joker, in a way. So, let's see. Zephyr says, I like all sorts of food. Oop, it just jumped on me. Sorry, guys. When this thing jumps, hard to tell where I'm at. I like all sorts of food, same. Yeah, it's... Yeah, food is wonderful until it becomes your drug. Let's see. Rob says my internet just came back on, so I just got back, missed the last 10 minutes. Gonna have to go back and rewatch. Let's see. Bill says breakfast is the most important meal of the day was a slogan created by the pork industry to sell bacon. I can believe that. Zepster says if you can have some of the bad stuff, I really can't. If I order pizza, I eat the whole thing, and I look for more. It's bad. Yeah, I'll give you an example. I got back. I went to Champagne on, what day was that? Monday. Yeah, Monday, and I got back. I went to see an Indian film called War. And if you want to see an insane movie with a bit of everything in it, see the Indian movie War. It's actually really awesome, and I loved it. As crazy as it is, I loved it. I can only wish to be half as cool as the main character in that movie. But I got back, and it was late, and I'm like, well, I need to eat something. So I went to Little Caesars, got a pizza, and got like garlic breadsticks or whatever they are. Garlic cheese bread or whatever it is. And I probably ate close to half of the pizza and half of, it was the thick crust, and then half the breadsticks. And I was dying. But I wanted to eat more of it, and I knew, no, I really shouldn't. So I mean, and that, because again, I've been struggling with this for a while, but yeah, I even when I don't want it or don't need it, I still want it. You know what I mean? So I get you. If you can't do it, you've got to stay away. You got to stay away. Bryson says, Gino, have you seen the trailer for The Gentleman? I hope it's going to be the return to form for Guy Ritchie. I'm surprised that Hugh Grant actually comes off a somewhat badass trailer. Yeah, I saw that trailer. I can't remember when I saw it. It was the weekend or something. I don't remember exactly when I saw it. Yeah, it took me a second. I'm like, oh, that is Hugh Grant. Yeah, I'd like to look at that, and it definitely looked like, the Guy Ritchie we want, and not, Aladdin Guy Ritchie. Letting him just kind of do his thing, Guy Ritchie. But what was it? I can't remember which Kevin Smith movie it was where they were saying I think it was a Kevin Smith movie where they say you do the art film, or you do the big budget film so you can do the art film. I think it was a Kevin Smith movie where they said that, and it was, but yeah, it was saying, you need to do this so you can do this so you can do this. You do the stuff you don't want to do so you can do the stuff you want to do. So, maybe that's what Guy Ritchie was doing with some of the bigger budget movies he did. But yeah, that movie does look cool. I saw that. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait. Aaron says it's called Cult Ministry. Yeah, Knights of the Lord's Table Ministry. So yeah, definitely check out his channel. Let's see. Bill says Jared Leto should get a second chance at playing a different version of the Joker, be not based on Instagram drug dealers like Ryan Reynolds did after Origins Wolverine. See, that I was excited when Jared Leto was announced as a Joker because the dude's got range. Like if you see like Dallas Buyers Club, he's great in that. And I would have loved to seen him do not punk rock Joker, I think they could have made it work, though. I really do. I think some of the tattoos were stupid, like the damage tattoo. I mean, I really kind of wanted him to be a former Robin, so that damage tattoo would have been something like the original Joker put on his forehead, you know? Then it would have made sense. But then they keep saying he's not he's not Robin. I still think he was going to be. I think he was going to be Jason Todd. Um, let's see. Where was I? Joel. Aaron says Joel says hi. Hi, Joel. That's his son. Good kid. Let's see. Bill says the people behind Paddington movies are making a Pippi Longstocking movie, and I heard. Hey, if it's as good as the 2 Paddington films, I'm fine with it. The Paddington movies are so good, so good. But yeah, if it's as good as those, I'd be fine with it. Brian says one YouTube I keep getting this trailer for what I think is an Australian film. It's about a guy who gets out of jail, and this guy pretending to be French is trying to kill him and his family. It's supposed to come out Friday, but I don't see it anywhere around me. Yeah, I don't know. I know what is this weekend. It's Gemini Man and Adam's Family, and then that Jexy movie isn't coming around me. I think it's in Springfield. I probably won't travel to Springfield to see it, probably. But yeah, I haven't looked at the other movies that are coming out. We don't get everything here, unfortunately. Two Dudes reviews say, we are quite curious about War. Do you plan to review it? Yes. I'll get to it. It'll probably be this weekend, because there's a lot to digest. Let's put it that way. If a movie could borrow from a lot of different movies but still work, War would be it. There's just a lot to talk about, because it's the kind of movie that you go, it's going one way, and then it's like, now here's this, and then you think, okay, where can the plot go? And then it just totally turns on its head. It's like, haha, now we're using this movie's plot, and it's so insane. Brad recommended it to me. He just moved to Chicago, and he was in this theater by himself to see it, and he texted me, goes, dude, if you get a chance to see this movie. And I'm like, all right. And so we had it in Champaign. I had to go to Champaign. That was as close as it got. And I went to see it, and I got out of there, and I texted him I'm like, I just went to Champaign to see War. Holy crap. There's a lot to talk about. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So I'm going to try. I got, if you follow me on Facebook, it's not my cover photo now, but I put up the cover photo for my thumbnail of War on the Real Gino Facebook page. My Gemini one's up now, but if you look at the one before that, you can see the picture I made for War. Where I've been trying to dress up my Avatar characters when I can to something fun. And I had to dress him up like the main character. But yeah, the movie's awesome. If you can go see it, I don't want to say travel to go see it, but if you can see it, it's insane how much it borrows from. It's one of those reviews, though, that if I talk about it, I'm probably going to spoil it, because I have to talk about it. I have to talk about everything. But yeah, it's so crazy. Such a crazy movie. It is a little hard to follow. Oops, bumped my mic. It is a little hard to follow because it does have subtitles, but then some of the characters will all of a sudden start speaking in English, and you'll start to listen to that, and then you'll miss a subtitle. It's like, you just have to follow the subtitles. So if you go see it, follow the subtitles. Don't listen to what they're saying, because yeah, you'll hear English, but then they'll pop back in to another language. So anyway, let's see. Desiree is back for a bit. Processing shipment right now. Pulled out 3 from Hell. Not surprised to see Sherry Moon front and center. Yeah, I'm not either. I need to watch all those. I've seen the first movies, but it's been a long time. I don't even really remember them, and I haven't seen 3 from Hell yet. So I want to watch them all, like block off a day to watch them all, and then talk about them all in one video. Let's see. Zepser says, to be honest, I'm still bummed Smirking Gun's idea of eat your weight in fast food wasn't correct. Yeah, I don't need to do that. I would die. Um, I like fast food, but I don't know if I could do that much. That'd be a lot of fast food. Let's see. Rob says, another internet hiccup. I might as well wait till it's over. Lol. A movie I want to check out is The Love Witch. It was made in 2016, but looks like 70s horror grindhouse. Looks awesomely terrible. I haven't heard of that one. Um, anyway, guys, definitely get your comments in if you guys want to talk about anything. I don't have much else to talk about today. It's just been the last couple months. It just, we talked a couple weeks ago about the things that were going on, and it's just, well, I'm feeling better about a lot of that stuff. It's just life has been crazy. So, let's see, what else can I talk about? Still working on a possible Patreon. Again, it's one of those things where I don't want it to be where you feel obligated to be on Patreon with me. It's just one of those if you want to kind of things. I'm still working on that. The tiers thing is driving me insane. It's like, what should I do for tiers? I want to be able to offer something. I want to offer something to you guys if you donate, and I've got ideas for videos, but I got to be able to get those videos out. So it's the Patreon thing. It's one of those. It's like, it would be nice if you want to support it, fine. But it's just like, what do I give you guys in return for it? It's hard to gauge that, because while I understand Patreon, and part of me doesn't like the idea of it, because it's like I don't want to hide videos behind a paywall. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that definitely won't happen if I start my Patreon. It's I'm not going to be like, well, if you pay, you get to see this early, or you get to see this exclusive thing. I just I'm not going to do that. I don't like the the paywall thing. So I'm still working on that. I've got a couple more segments I want to do involving that. It involve, I think one of the things would be if you can vote on the next movie kind of thing. I may do something like suggestions. I take suggestions anyway, so it's hard to put suggestions on that. I don't know. Patreon thing's new to me, and I don't even know if I really want to do it. But because it's just like it's a hassle, you know. Let's see. Bill says, "How about that Birds of Prey trailer? Oh, how about that Birds of Prey trailer? And the whatever blobbity blah of Harley man that why didn't? Okay, I didn't hate the trailer. I didn't. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I like the idea. Um, but I don't know. I think part of me thinks they're gonna try way too hard with that movie. I would have rather just seen a Harley Quinn movie and a Birds of Prey movie without Harley Quinn. I would have rather saw them as two separate movies. But it's the trailer, I didn't hate it. I know they're saving like Black Mask, the look of Black Mask for the movie. That's fine. I'm sure it's gonna have something to do with him maybe getting his face deformed. I don't know. I mean, that's what they do with every character that wears a mask after the fact, right? But the best trailer I saw for that Birds of Prey movie was right before It Chapter 2, where they had the balloons, and then Harley came out and says she's tired of clowns. I thought that was funny. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is great. So I want more of that, but I would have rather seen just like her in a movie without, because she's doing the team up movie with the Birds of Prey, but then she's also doing the Suicide Squad, which has like 8 million people in it now. Still looking forward to that one. So I didn't hate the trailer. I just think they're gonna try too hard. I want to be wrong. I really do want to be wrong about my first impressions of that movie. Bryce says, I found the name of the movie. It's Lucky Day. I was wrong. I was wrong on origin. Apparently, it's French-Canadian production. It has Crispin Glover in it. Oh, okay. Then it's got Crispin Glover in it. I'm definitely interested. It looks weird. Anyone else seeing trailer? Let her know if you've seen the trailer. Or let Bryce know if you've seen the trailer. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Let's see. Rob says, how much actual worthwhile content will be on Disney Plus at launch past The Mandalorian? Uh, do you think, or it will be like overwhelmingly great? I don't know how much is going to be there at launch. Hey, I'm just looking forward to Mandalorian. I have paid the 3 years. Um, it was worth it. 2 years for or 3 years for the price of two. Why not? I don't know. I mean, just the past stuff alone, like the old stuff that's supposed to be on there, is cool. I think it's gonna have a lot of stuff. I do think the service is gonna have plenty of hiccups at the first, but I I think it's gonna be an overall good service. Now it could be a big failure um, for Disney if they don't pump out the right stuff. But I mean, the ideas they have for the Marvel stuff and the Star Wars stuff alone just has my interest. So hopefully it's great. I do. I especially since I paid for it for 3 years. But that being said, with me having kids, all the kids stuff that's going to be on there, all the kids cartoons that my son likes from Disney, whether it be your Phineas and Ferbs or your Milo Murphys or whatever, it's all on there. Going to be on there. So that for me, it makes it totally worth it. Chris says, "Yep, the tier system is a little daunting on Patreon. Might be best to start with a simple one, price experiment, and then grow from there." That's a pretty good idea. Um, that's definitely a good idea. Start small. Um, Part of me just always wants to just jump into things, though. But anyway. Zephyr said, "I have to go do some stuff for tomorrow. I'll just say you lost weight before. You're no longer at 450, 460, 470, whatever you were. You can lose weight." Thank you so much, Zepcern. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the support, too. I totally appreciate it. Rob says, "Harley Ivy movie would have been better. Could have been DC's Dumb and Dumber, but like crazy and plant crazy." Yeah, see, that's just it. I would have rather heard done like a small team up movie like that versus like that episode of Batman the Animated Series uh, where her and Poison Ivy got together when she was mad at the Joker or whatever it was. I would have rather have seen that. Um, let's see. Scott says, "Would you do a basement tour sometime? I wish I had a basement." I'm looking at the mess that is my basement that you can't see over there. Not yet. I'm working on getting some stuff together over there on the wall. I finally put some soundproofing foam. As you can see, I've got it on the table over here. I got to do this wall here. I've got some posters for these doors. I've got a stand up to stand in front of the stairs over there. And then I got some more powered lights. So hopefully and I've got a new camera. I'm eventually, once I get all the set done, I'm going to do the new camera. So hopefully my image will be more clear when I get to there. So will I do a basement tour? Maybe when it's done, and Lord knows when that's going to be. It's nice having a basement. It's not. It feels like an extra floor, but you don't have to go upstairs until you have to, go back up to the main floor. But yeah, it's nice to have. That was my one requirement when we were looking for a home. It's like we gotta have a basement, and then that way my man cave is a work in progress. I finally put a bookshelf right there. There's my big TV right next to it. The pops up against the wall. It's a work in progress. And whenever I used to shoot, when I started shooting at home, it's in that door there. Whenever I had the set with the bookshelf and everything with the pops and toys on it and stuff for some of my older videos, it was in that room there, and I want to utilize that room again in there. Eventually, I want to put a green screen in there if I ever need one. So the downstairs is going to be my man cave slash sets, like my whole studio. Because over there on that wall, once I get rid of some old equipment, there's some old computers and stuff that I would never use again. I want to build a couch set over there to where I may do some of the live streams there instead. So, but again, all work in progress. It'll eventually get there in about 20 years. But anyway, let's see. Bryson says, I'm super excited about 1917 after seeing the featurette on its making. I was filming as a single shot. Roger Deakins is the cinematographer, and he's pretty great for Shawshank, Sicario, etc. Yeah, I'm excited about that movie. I really am. I like war movies anyway. And the trailer for that has me curious, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that one. And Rob says, yeah, 1917 had me at Sam Mendes. Yeah, that movie's got me curious. Two Dudes Review says, do you believe that Terminator Dark Fate will make up for the sins of Genesis? It's a crapshoot on that one, man. I like this idea a lot better than I liked Genesis's idea. Now, if Genesis could have been done, like if it was the magical world of actors didn't age, and you pulled off Genesis with the original cast, I might have liked it a lot better. I mean, I didn't like what they did with John Connor. I didn't like when Doctor Who was he was Skynet or whatever. I mean, everyone saw it coming a mile away. I like some ideas. I did like the idea of, well, why don't you go back further when she was younger, kind of thing. That always made sense to me. But will it fix everything or make up for the sins? I don't know. I think it's going to be a better movie, though. I hope so. It could be worse. I don't know. I just have a big thing for Linda Hamilton. I don't know if I told the story in here. I know I've told the story about getting a back rub from Linda Hamilton at a convention one time, and it was great. She told me she was handsy, and that was fine with me. I'm like, I am okay with that. But yeah, I like that. I never liked that they killed off Linda Hamilton in the third one, so I'm glad they're kind of dumping that. And we kind of got to see the Linda Hamilton, the old Linda Hamilton character, in the Halloween movie with Laurie Strode. So, and I liked that. So I'm kind of hoping we get, I like the idea of old, grizzled Linda Hamilton. So I'm hoping that at least helps. I mean, it could be a terrible movie. What does it come out like November 1st? It comes out Halloween weekend, I think, doesn't it? So yeah, we'll know pretty soon. Speaking of Halloween, I don't have the pictures or I'd show you. My kids got their Halloween costumes the other day. Andy, he's going to be a knight and he loves it. And Ryan found a Venom costume and he is so excited about it. He's just like, oh, it fits, he's excited about being Venom. He loves Venom. Let's see. Bryce says, in horror news, apparently there is a new Evil Dead project in the works by Raimi. Campbell is a producer, will not be reprising the Ash character. Yeah, he said after the show he was pretty well done. I'm wondering if it's going to continue from that remake or whatever, even though they had the thing with Ash at the end where he's like groovy or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hate that. I don't remember hating that remake, but who knows what they're going to do with it now. Bill says they could have done Gotham City Sirens, Harley, Ivy, and Catwoman. See, that I would have been down for that more than I'm down for Birds of Prey. I like the characters in Birds of Prey. I feel like they're cramming two movies together with what they're doing. Bill says Clerks 3 is inspired by Kevin Smith's heart attack. It's taken too long to get Clerks 3. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. But let's see. Yeah, I'm glad they're finally getting to finish Clerks. Rob says Terminator Dark Fate will finally kill the Terminator franchise until the next Terminator movie, which will kill the franchise. Then wash, rinse, repeat. Probably. I think if they had the guts, if they were really invested in this, Cameron would have came back and directed. But I don't think he wanted to take that chance because if it sucked, then his name would be on it. But then again, he's also saying it's a return to form. So he is kind of putting his name on it, but he's not directing. I don't think he's going out there enough though. If they really had confidence in it. Bryce says Motherless Brooklyn has me curious. Ed Norton in a period gangster movie. though the trailer, I can't exactly tell what it's about. Also, I am sure it will be good. It is weird seeing everywhere that The Irishman is the greatest movie of the year without it being in theaters yet. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's winning all the Oscars. Um, let's see. Yeah, the Motherless Brooklyn. It has me curious until, and I don't like the phrase, and I hope they don't do it. But just by the trailer, okay, Tropic Thunder. I don't like the word, but there was a scene where they're like, you don't go full R, and you know what I'm referring to. I don't like the word, but I understand the phrase. Um, I don't know if Ed Norton's doing that in this movie. I'm really, because some of the times they show him in the movie, they show him doing those ticks and stuff. I'm wondering if those ticks and stuff are gonna be distracting, or they're gonna be annoying. Because just in the trailer, it shows him like he's like, when I worked with this guy, I could focus, but then it shows him like doing ticks again, and it's like, are you trying to be funny? It's just, I don't know. I want it to be good, but I mean, I know he wrote it. I can't remember if he's directing it, but I know he's like heavily involved in this. This is like the Edward Norton movie, but I hope it's good. But I just when I saw the trailer, it's like I'm curious about it because I like period pieces like that, especially when it comes to gangster stuff. I love that stuff. At least the idea of it. I know they're not all good, and all gangster movies aren't good, but I like the idea of it. But yeah, I see that trailer. I'm just like, I think he's going too far here. But I hope I'm wrong. I really do. And then with about the Irishman, yeah, it's like everyone's like, it's great, the greatest movie ever, and it's like no one's. It could suck. I hope it doesn't. It looks great. I mean, the idea is great, but I hope it doesn't suck. Two dudes reviews say a back rub from Linda Hamilton. Lucky, yeah. On my Facebook page, good luck finding it because I used to post pictures on the Real Gino Facebook page all the time. I have posted a picture of it. Maybe I'll throw it up on Twitter. I'll find it. Maybe I'll find it and throw it up on Twitter sometime soon. I've got the file of it somewhere on my computer. Maybe I'll post it there so you guys don't have to go searching on my Facebook. But if you would follow my Facebook page, that'd be great. The Real Gino. It's easy to find, the same logo and everything. But I have been putting my thumbnails up on that early for movies, just as something to put up there. I just don't like Facebook that much, so I don't do a ton on there. But if you follow me, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, I'll post the picture, or I'll find the picture, and I'll probably post it on my Twitter, because yeah, it was, yeah. I mean, yeah, she is a lovely lady in person. I'll just say that. But yeah, we were getting our picture taken, and she's rubbing my back while they're getting ready to take the picture, and I'm just thinking to myself, this is amazing. Oh man, man, I was young then. Let's see. Bill says you can't kill the Terminator franchise. It's stuck in a time loop. Of course, they'll just keep going back further and further. I never understood why they didn't go back further after. I mean, they did for Genesis, I guess, but they always go back to the worst times. Let's see. Let's see. Two Dudes says maybe Ryan would make a better Venom than Tom Hardy. Well, here's the thing. Tom Hardy at least had fun with that movie, and I think Tom Hardy could have been a great Venom had the script been better. And I have went back and watched Venom. When I watched it with Ryan, it was more enjoyable for me because he was enjoying it. I wasn't judging it as a movie. I was just having a good time with it. So I'm not gonna rip on it too hard, but yeah, man, Ryan probably would be a better Venom. Ryan would be an awesome Venom. Let's see. Bill says, speaking of which, Terminator and Mortal Kombat looks incredible. Yeah, I seen some of that stuff the other day. I was real curious about that. I don't play the Mortal Kombat games, but I do I like watching the stories and stuff. And, yeah, that stuff does look pretty cool. Let's see. Rob says, I think Ed is in danger of going full R. I was typing this as you were saying it. Sorry, great minds think alike. Yeah, it was. I want to be wrong, I really do, but I just have this feeling that, okay, Edward Norton's been coming out and talking about how Marvel screwed him over and wouldn't let him make his Hulk movies and all that, and it's like, okay, well, because I guess he was supposed to make like darker Hulk movies, and it's like, all right, now you've got full control of this movie. Let's see what you can do. So I mean, and I really like Edward Norton. So I mean, definitely a really good actor. And I don't want this movie to suck, but again, it could be him trying way too hard to win all the awards. So we'll see. Rob says Venom doesn't need a new lead. It needs a better script and an R rating. Yeah, definitely. The R rating, especially, of course. I don't know if Sony's gonna go that way. I think they want too much money out of it. They want to make the PG-13 money. That's why, in a way, I'm appreciating DC right now, because they're doing R-rated cartoons. They're making some R-rated movies. They're taking chances with these characters. I'm really curious if the Batman is going to be R. Because if they're letting the Birds of Prey movie be R, which I believe it's supposed to be, and then I think the Suicide Squad is supposed to be R. I mean, they're taking some chances here. I remember Christian Bale was saying he wanted to do an R-rated Batman, but of course there's too much money to be made. But I don't know. I do like that DC's taking some chances on some of these, like the Joker being R. The Joker wouldn't have been, I mean, I had my issues with that movie, especially its predictability, but if it weren't R, I think it would have lost a lot, because that movie needed to be violent. Let's see. Bryce says Jojo Rabbit comes out next week, but it seems that the amount of marketing coming out has diminished greatly. I wonder if they are worried about controversy after all the crap Joker got from the media. Well, the controversy behind the Joker, and the Joker, no pun intended, laughed its way to the bank. Then again, I think the only ones worried about Jojo Rabbit is Disney, because you got Taika Waititi, who's going to be doing the next Thor movie, and Disney's all family. We didn't do anything wrong in the past. But I think if anyone's worried about Jojo Rabbit, it's Disney. I haven't seen a ton of marketing for it anyway. I've seen a trailer and a commercial or something for it. So, I am looking forward to that. I don't know if it's getting like a full release or not. So, okay, definitely get your last comments in. I think I'm going to wrap it up here in a bit. But if you got anything else you want to talk about, I definitely want to get to it. I've got nothing else. I'll just recap again. I have been able to finish Gino's Bad at Games, Batman Arkham Origins, so you'll see a new episode every day till it's done. It'll be sometime in the next week. I think there's 15 episodes total. Then I'm going to try to do a revenge game if it works. I'll air that, and then I'll be starting a new game soon. It won't be right after, because I want to record. I want to make sure it's all going to record before I do it. But then again, this new game I may not play at all. It depends on how it's going. If it's going good, I'll keep playing it. If it's not, well, I'll just say, okay, I'm not doing very well. Let's stop here. But I do want to finish it. I hope I can. And then let's see, what is it this week? Gemini Man is this weekend. Addams Family's this weekend. Let's see, that Jexy movie, but I don't know if I want to travel to Springfield to go see it. I'd rather get some work done in here on Saturday versus going to Springfield. But yeah, and then that's about it when it comes to movies. I need to talk about War. I finally watched. I'm caught up on Titans. I need to talk about that. So much to do. I'm getting to this point where, especially when it comes to TV shows, I'm just like, do I need to talk about them all? I will say I like what Rob's doing on his channel. He's doing the one and done things where he watches an episode and then he just tells you what he thinks about it, and if he thinks it's worth watching. I do like that idea. Not saying I'm going to steal your idea there, Rob, but yeah, I like that idea of just watching an episode. So, but then again, I like talking about whole seasons. So, and the problem is the DC stuff doesn't all release at once. So I'm either going to have to wait till the end of a season or do episode by episode, which I really don't have time for. So, but anyway, again, if you guys got anything else you want to talk about, definitely put it in there. I don't have anything else to talk about tonight. I'm definitely ready to to relax a little bit. It's been it's been the last few months. It's just been kind of difficult. So, you know, I'm glad you guys are here to support me. I appreciate it. You know, getting rid of all the, pushing aside all. I tell you what, we talked about drama and stuff a couple weeks ago. It was just staying away from that stuff has helped so much. I mean, again, it's like I have enough problems, So, uh, it was nice to get it off my chest, and it was nice to get this stuff off my chest too. So, thank you so much for listening. Let's mop up the chat here. Let's see. Two Dude says we saw Jojo Rabbit trailer for the Joker movie. Yikes. I'm looking forward to it. I like a good satire, so I'm hoping Jojo Rabbit's good. And I like Taika Waititi. And I like the middle finger of him being Hitler. That's probably going to get me demonetized, even though we're just talking about it. Yeah, I hope that movie's good. I don't know. We'll find out. Rob says, I was looking forward to this all day. Good to talk to you as always. Keep your head up, man. And everyone here who likes comic books, check out my comic reviews. Later, everyone. See you later, Rob. Yeah, check out Rob's channel, Smirking Gun Reviews. And I always tell people, definitely throw up your channel. You can promote your channel on my channel. I'm fine with it. Just you can put it in the comment section or whatever whenever it's up. I think when this stops going live, I think it's going to go to whatever, private or whatever, or unpublished or whatever, because I tried a new setting. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still learning all this stuff. So you can definitely promote your channel on my channel if you're like a movie channel or TV channel or gaming. I don't mind. And even if you're, as long as you're not promoting like hate, then you can, if you're not promoting hate, you can promote yourself on my channel, and I'm fine with it, especially if you're a smaller YouTuber. And I know a lot of us smaller YouTubers need to stick together. So if you promoting yourself on my channel helps you, more power to you. And I hope it helps. It's the least I can do for those that have helped me. So, and I just like doing it. So let's see. Bryson says, Charlie's Angels, directed by Elizabeth Banks. Is anyone talking about this movie? Not good things. It seems like a franchise that should be left alone. Kristen Stewart is the only actress of any name. But the show is so old, I don't think Kristen Stewart fans would even know the Diaz Barrymore Lee movies. Yeah, the trailer for that. Yeah, Patrick Stewart's in it, and Elizabeth Banks is Bosley. I know the girl that's like joining them was, I can't remember her name, but she was Jasmine in Aladdin. Yeah, I know that they basically stole the logo from Kingsman. It looks like it's trying to bank off the Kingsman popularity. So, it is what it is. I mean, I'll take Hollywood how they give it to me, but it ain't always going to be good. And Charlie's Angels looks like that's going to be one of them. Rob says Charlie's Angels looks like a fake trailer. In a way, it does. And you never know. It could be fun. Who knows? Hollywood can surprise you. It can. It won't always, but it can. Let's see. Narcotic Casserole joins us. How you doing? You came right at the end. No. He says, "Hey Gino, love the Arkham Origins covers." Hey man, thanks. That game's been fun. I haven't played an Arkham game in a while, and it was fun to play it. I don't make a very good Batman, but it is fun to play. Let's see. Chris says, "Thank you, Gino." Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the support. Narcotic says, "Also, since you gave the green light to self-promote, we're doing our weekly Rare Delicacies Halloween Spotlights game. Awesome. Definitely check out Narcotic Casserole Productions. He has some good stuff on there. I like a lot of his stuff. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it tonight again. When this pops up, if you have channels you want to promote or whatever, definitely do it. Again, as long as you're not spreading hate, if you're, I don't want to promote like big time drama channels or anything, but if you like movies or games or whatever, or even if you have the odd, channel that is just a fun channel, I'm definitely cool if you promote it here. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and thank you guys for being a good listening ear today because I needed it today. So anyway, thank you guys. It's been the Low Budget Livestream. See you next time.